Hello everyone, my name is AKW Blazing921, Anthony Hebel here, and I haven't been doing as many videos, I haven't done any videos in a long time, so I figured I'd start refreshing myself to videos again and kind of do something entirely new, because I have been busy the past 2 months. Still playing on Tales of Berseria, and yes, I have finished the game. I'm still doing a game review at the moment. It's in progress, and it will be finished soon. The moment I finish writing it up, and hopefully I can write it up in time, because next week is the release of Persona 5. The release of Persona 5 that's coming out worldwide. Which will be something. So I'm still in progress with my Tales of Berseria review. So I figured I'd give you guys something of well, this is something to hold you guys off in the meantime. So all I'm going to be doing now is, what I have on my right is a couple of games, but I'm doing, and I've got this little, and I'm doing this, I'm going to do this little thing that's called games that I bought this month, which is where every end of the month I talk about all the new games I recently bought, whether they're for my old consoles or for my new modern consoles. And considering I've got a box full of unwanted games that I'm going to be selling off in order to make room for new stuff that I get, I figured it'd be a good time for me to do something to try and release some stress over the unwanted stuff I have, and hopefully I can make some spacing in my room and such. So without ado, guys, we're gonna get started on games I bought this month. And the games I bought this month are for the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4. So we're going to start with the PlayStation 3 games in no particular order. Just to show you guys what the games I've got. And I can't give you much opinions on each game, because just a couple of quick words on them, and we'll move on to some other thing. And then I'll end the video with some high notes. So whatever the case, guys, let's get started. So with the PlayStation 3, the games I bought this month are 007 Quantum of Solace. This is one of the FPS James Bond games. I've got this for the PlayStation 3, obvious. Can't say much, but it's a readily enjoyable James Bond game. Duke Nukem Forever. I actually do have a couple of things to say about this, because I did put this in my top, because in one of my lists I did put this down as one of the highly anticipated games list until then much later after this game's release, and then put it in my most disappointing games list of 2011, I think. Yeah, at least it's 2011. Yeah, the top 10 most disappointing game of 2011. It was before I started making my top 10 lists a bit more serious, because this game was an absolute big disappointment. It was an absolute abomination, and it was also highly ranked as one of the top worst FPS games of all time, games of the 7th generation. because the game took a massive because the game received a lot of delays, and when it finally got released, it didn't live up to what we hoped. It wasn't the Duke Nukem game we hoped for, because the unfunny humor doesn't have unpolished game mechanics, unpolished frame rates and whatever stuff. It was a particularly bad game, but I've got this now because I want to get some, because you know, it was cheap. And I might actually do a run through of it, get some trophies, and have a talk about it on my channel. Now, I also have Fear 3. I want to get Fear 2 and Fear 1. I did get Fear 1 for the Xbox because only the Xbox 360 version has the achievements. But unfortunately, my 360 copy isn't working. Unfortunately, the 360 copy of Fear isn't working, so I have to take it back. Sadly, but that's fine. But that's fine by me. And I was going to get Fear 2, but unfortunately the guys at CEX didn't have it. Didn't have the copy of Fear 2 in. So what I've got is just Fear 3 at the moment. And I've had a chance to have a play at this, and it does look really neat. And it does look really neat. Has its fear of jump scares because, you know, Fear is a very scary series, and it has its share of jump scares. But the combat on this is really, really good. I actually do enjoy the combat on this, and a multitude of different challenges. And I like the way you can do different challenges in each of the levels as well. So that's pretty cool. Paula Juarez, Bound in Blood. This is a Paula Juarez game that's set in the Wild West. There's only one of the Paula Juarez games that's set in the modern times. I think that's the Cartel, I believe. I wanted to get this one. It's again cheap. And what's cool is you get to play through the campaign as multiple different characters, which has their own unique weapon loadouts, and some of the quick draw and some of the quick draw and the quick draw system is actually not that bad, as long as you know what you're doing. Mirror's Edge. I actually did read some guy's review of the game, and while the person that I watched the review of didn't like the game, I personally thought it looks quite unique. First person platformer, where you're actually using a lot of parkour. We use a lot of parkour movements. The parkour system was actually really unique and well done for this game. And I might actually be inclined to check out Mirror's Edge Catalyst, even if that game isn't really that good, everyone seems to really say. It does, but this one actually does look really neat. Very neat and very unique. GoldenEye Reloaded. Now this is the high definition port of the Nintendo Wii remake of the original Nintendo 64 game. Yeah, that's a bit of a mouthful there. So basically, you're just basically playing the 2010 remaster, but it's basically now ported onto the PlayStation 3 and the 360, considering the original remaster was for the Nintendo Wii console. It's kind of like a celebration to the original GoldenEye, which was an absolute Nintendo 64 hit. And I haven't dove into this as much, but it does look really. It does look reasonably good for for a Call of Duty style game. Pretty box standard. Even if the movement controls are a little bit janky. Yeah, the movement controls are a bit janky. I just don't get what that is. I can't explain it very well. So anyway, Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition. I had Fallout New Vegas, but I found that there was an Ultimate Edition which contained all the DLC content, and as well as updating your character. In other words, which updates your character with new equipment, and it also increases the level cap to 50. Which is rather cool. That means you can do a lot more leveling up. So I really find this edition to be the ultimate. apologies for the jump cut there. So if you do want to find purchase Fallout New Vegas, this is the ultimate edition of the game to get. I actually do recommend it. And then I got Battlefield Bad Company and Bad Company 2. This is part of the Battlefield series. And I'm hoping to check, and I might be inclined to check out some of the Battlefield games, because Battlefield is something like another one of them Call of Duty competitors, where they compete, try and in the online multiplayer component sort of thing. And for what they are, they're reasonably good modern FPS style games. I've had I had a bit of a play around with them, and yeah, they're reasonably enjoyable. And they've got a reasonable campaign, reasonable mechanics, and some really nice looking gameplay graphics. So that's all the PlayStation 3 games I bought this month. And lastly, we got a PlayStation 4 game I did buy this month, and that is Tales of Zestiria. Now, I've got a couple of things to say. I have got this game for the PlayStation 3. As you can see, here it is, Tales of Zestiria for the PlayStation 3. This game originally came out for the PlayStation 3. And this sort of came out for the PlayStation 4 as just a port, if at all, nothing else. Just for those who want to play the game on the next gen hardware, without it making it feel like a next gen game or something. Because the game looks the same. Because I played both the PS3 and the PlayStation 4 versions, and I've actually noticed no significant difference between the PS3 and the PS4 versions of the game. They all look the same. They both look the same. They both play the same. So why have I got this? Well, number one, it's just for the Tales of Collection. Number one is so that I can follow the story between Zestiria and this game, because there's actually an anime that's out which actually intertwines the two games together, and I'm actually inclined to watch it, because I have now beaten Tales of Zestiria, and again, like I said, I'm doing a review of Tales of Zestiria. I'm still got lots to say, and I'm a couple of paragraphs into the review, but there's still a ton of things I want to say about it. And I have done a review of Tales of Zestiria on my GameSpot channel. You can check that out. And I've really been getting into rebranding myself into Tales of Zestiria again, because the combat on it is really good, the story is great, the skit system is enjoyable. I enjoy all the characters, especially the comedic female Fire Seraph, Lila, who throws a ton of loose puns in there. And Edna, who constantly insults Mikleo, calling him Meebo. I never get tired of hearing that. Alicia, Rose as well, which in one scene they have a little bit of a cat fight. Or a cat wrestle, as I like to call it. And all the male characters are really good as well, like Saray, Dazzle as well. Now, I have got all the DLC content downloaded for the PS4 version of this game, so the other thing is, this one's got its own separate trophy list, so even if I do get all the trophies on the PlayStation 3 version, I can get a PlayStation 4 version and get all the trophies on that version as well. So I can have two separate platinums. So that's good. So that's good enough for me, because I'm actually really inclined to go back to this one. Like almost like in my head, I always want to go back to this immediately, and just get all the trophies on it immediately after I get all the trophies on this one, because in this one I'm actually I nearly got 3 of the game's trophies to do. I got 1 trophy where I have to get everybody's character levels to 200. I got 1 trophy where I have to get everybody's titles up to at least level 2. And and then there's 1 trophy which is like the super hard achievement of them all. At least according to what reviews said, at least what all the reviews said. At least according to what all the percentage of rarity says. Is the one where you have to use every single mystic art that the characters have. This includes all the main characters and all the and the majority of boss characters. But I've looked up on the walkthrough guide on how to get everybody to use their mystic arts, and how to and a guide to tell me what bosses have the mystic arts. So that's gonna be a grind for me. But I'll eventually start a new game plus and start getting all the rest of the remaining trophies, which will then give me the platinum. And after that I can then focus on getting the platinum for this one, both the PS3 and the PS4 versions. So there you go guys, this was my episode of games I bought this month. Now the reason I wanted to do this is because I haven't done anything in a while, and please be patient, more are coming, but again, I just have a lot, I just have so much going on right now. I have a couple of other games I'm doing. I have some of the games I'm going to be trading in and getting rid of, in hopes I can swap them for games for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 that I'm interested in doing. And hopefully by that, that'll make me want to start finally get on with the game reviews that I'm really itching to do. And thanks to places that my Kara Russell has told me about. Like there's a place in Newport called Flashbacks. There's a place I can actually dump off some of my old games and place them for newer ones I could possibly do. As well as places like CEX. I think CEX, Flashbacks, and Super Mario are like my best places to go for like swapping around a couple of my old games for new ones. And so I'm going to be having a busy, eventful year trying to deal with all the unwanted shit, but I'll get around to that eventually. So there we go guys, this has been my games about this month. I hope I can do another one where I talk about all the other games I recently bought this month. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, I apologize, I haven't done anything in a while, but trust me, more are coming. Just be patient and I'll release a new review hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow, or maybe before the end of the week. Depends on how much I can get done as soon as possible. And so take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next time. This is AKW Blaze 91 signing